Welcome to the Willis Report, your show, your money, your voice. And tonight, your government's unfinished business. Gaping holes exist in the back end of Obamacare that's not seen by consumers. In fact, the infrastructure to actually enroll consumers, it hasn't even been built yet. Here with the very latest, Dr. Scott Gottlieb, a former policy advisor at the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. He provided key testimony on Capitol Hill this week on this very issue. Dr. Scott, this to me is so disturbing. So the idea here is that the computer systems behind healthcare.gov, they've been built, but they don't actually enroll anybody. So you can go in, you can find a plan, you know, God willing, and the system's working. You can pick one, but you can't actually pay for it. How much of this website is unfinished?
Well, they said 40% of it's unfinished, which is hard to believe that they actually launched this without finishing it. What they said they were going to do was finish it this month, but we know they haven't been able to do that because they've had to rework the front end of the website, the thing that consumers see. So right now, they don't have a system in place that allows the payments to get transferred to the insurance companies. So the insurance companies, come January 1st, right now aren't going to be able to get paid. And it raises all kinds of questions. If the insurance companies don't get that money, are they going to make payments to providers? Are they actually going to honor the contracts? So this is a real problem.
This is crazy. So the question now, because of the lapses in building the system, is it going to function? Is it going to work? Are insurers going to pay the bills? Or are people going to get to their doctor's office, get the care they need, and then be told, well, you don't have any coverage? I mean,
right.
At the end of the day, this really puts consumers in a bad place, doesn't it? I mean, the people who need care, the people that Obama says he wants to help, actually between a rock and a hard place now.
Right. I mean, even if you actually enroll, if you actually make it onto the insurance company's docket, the insurance company might not be getting the money that they said they were going to get. They were promised by the government to provide you that coverage. What the White House said last night, 2 nights ago, is that they're going to backstop the insurance companies and basically guarantee the payments. It's now what the insurance companies are doing are developing systems that allow them to estimate what they think they're owed, and the government's going to make those payments to the insurance companies. But it's not clear how that's going to work, and it's not clear how the insurance companies are going to estimate that.
Wait. Estimate what they think they're owed? Are you kidding me? Do you think the IRS allows me to do the same thing? Do you think that people I do business with say, oh, Jerry, pay me what you think you owe? Nobody does that. That's crazy. That puts taxpayers at risk.
Right. It's hard to believe that this is actually happening, but it is. The assumption is that the insurance companies will, again, estimate what they're owed, and if they estimate too high, then they'll just reconcile it later. But that might work for the large insurance companies. It's probably not going to work for the smaller insurance companies that are going to have a hard time floating themselves and going to have a hard time making those estimates.
Reconcile it later.
Exactly.
I don't even like the sound of that. And later, we'll make it up. Later, we'll decide that you owed us even more and that we had that number wrong in the first place and what you owed us was 2 times that. Meanwhile, the small insurers go under because they can't play this game. They don't have the cash.
Right.
Shocking to me. When is this website actually going to be done? Are there any estimates out there?
Well, it's going to take months. I mean, people around Washington are saying this is a 2 or 3 month project to actually complete building out the back end portion of this. Again, 40% of the website wasn't built, and we know how long it took them to not build effectively the first 60% of the website. So.
Wow. Now, you have lots of information on narrow networks. We've talked a lot about this, the fact that what you sign up for, the coverage you might sign up for might not have your doctor in it, and may be very small choices. Give us an example of just how narrow these networks are.
Right. So I found a plan in California that has the nearest urologist, for example, is 80 miles away. Another plan that only had 9 dermatologists. None performed complicated surgery for skin cancer, but they were all about 100 miles away. I found a plan in Florida that only has 7 pediatricians in it for a county with 260,000 kids. There's a lot of examples like this. These are very narrow network plans, and they don't offer a broad choice of doctors. They're really a throwback to the old HMOs that people rejected. I mean, if you think about it, what the administration is saying is we think you made a bad choice when you opted for these PPO, Preferred Provider Organization style plans that allowed broader access to doctors, but traded away some benefits and had higher copays and deductibles. We actually think you were better off on those restrictive HMOs that might have provided more upfront benefits but had narrow networks.
You're deep in the weeds to me now here. I want you to get me back to the idea that these computer systems are not completed. We know that. And then if you can get coverage, you you know, you may sign up, you may think you have coverage, and you get to your doctor's office and you don't, and or you're going to get into these systems and find that you don't have the kind of doctor you need. Ultimately, Dr. Scott, where is this going? What happens next? How do we resolve these very large issues?
Well, there's going to be a lot of consumers who think they've signed up for coverage and don't actually have it, maybe upwards of 30%. And a lot of the consumers that think that have signed up for coverage, I'm being told only about 10 to 15% have actually paid the first premium. So those numbers you're seeing on how many have actually enrolled in plans, a large portion of those people won't be enrolled, not only because they won't have signed up effectively, but some of them just won't go through and pay their premiums. Medicare right now is talking about doing a paper reconciliation. So they're going to ship to the insurance companies tens of thousands of pieces of paper and ask them to hand reconcile the people that have signed up through healthcare.gov with the records that the insurance companies have. I don't know how they're going to go through all that paper. That's
incredible. So it's not like Google or Amazon or any of those websites at all. I mean, that was the promise from the president, that it will be easy as going on, you know, Travelocity or Priceline or Amazon or Google or any one of a number of private sector websites that work beautifully. But now they're going to turn over paper documents? Unbelievable.
Right. An insurance company could be getting 50,000 paper applications from CMS, from Medicare and Medicaid, and have to reconcile those with their own records.
Dr. Gottlieb, thanks for coming on tonight. Great stuff.
Thanks a lot.
You're just fascinating information. Thank you so much.
Thank you.